There's two games that we've desperately been waiting for from Nintendo, and that's Mario Kart and 3D Mario. Both of them have been a super long time since their last debut, and thankfully the Nintendo Switch 2 was shown off with a brand new Mario Kart, whether that's Mario Kart 9 or 10 or whatever it is. Thankfully, we got a new Mario Kart on the way, but it's also time for something else, and that's definitely 3D Mario. We've been talking about it non-stop and what they could actually do for the series, and why I believed it's taking so long is because they're being very ambitious with this game, even making it a full-on open-world experience. With Mario Kart now technically out of the way, we still need an official reveal trailer because we only got like a 5 to 10 second snippet, but now it's Mario time, and I know I've said this time and time again, we could get a trailer any single day now, but literally, we can get a trailer any single day now. Now yes, from the very beginning, we've been hearing about Switch 2's first year is going to be massive. We've been hearing non-stop about how it's going to have an amazing brand new Mario Kart followed up by an amazing 3D Mario. We just didn't know which one was going to come first, and even some people thought that one of these was going to be a launch title. Well, Samus Hunter, a well-known leaker online, claimed that we wouldn't be getting any of these games as a launch title, no Mario Kart or 3D Mario, but said not to worry because it's more important to fill up the calendar year month by month instead of just releasing everything day one. Which I understand, but I still find it very hard to believe that that Mario Kart game isn't going to be a launch title, especially since it's the first Switch 2 game that we know about and they've already technically announced it. Now, Samus Hunter has already come out and stated that she believes that the launch title is going to be Metroid Prime 4, which could be a cross-release between Switch 1 and Switch 2. And then, following after that, maybe a month or two later, we'll get Mario Kart, and what I'm guessing is probably the holiday season, we'll get 3D Mario. And based on the way things are going, with the April Nintendo Direct coming up, I'm expecting the console to release sometime this summer, and I feel like June or July is the perfect time frame, and that would still give it enough time for them to have a big 3D Mario holiday title. But either way, they have to show the thing off relatively soon, I would think. Well, the website actually posted a Nintendo eShop $50 gift card, and they actually had a description based on, what you could use it for. And it said 2025 games, Metroid Prime 4, Beyond, new 3D Mario, new Mario Kart, a Legend of Zelda remake/remaster, Xenoblade Chronicles X, Definitive Edition, and Pokemon Legends ZA. After people talked about this for a while, they ended up changing it shortly after, changing it to say 2025 games, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, and Pokemon Legends ZA, obviously removing 3D Mario, and of course that Zelda remake/remaster. Now of course this doesn't really confirm anything. I mean, for one, I've seen a lot of people think that they could have just, heard these things from rumors that's been going around, because these have been two games that's been rumored to be coming to Switch 2 earlier on a lot. Like, we've been hearing about the 3D Mario, and it's not only that, it's just we know 3D Mario is coming. It's just like, that's not really a secret, and I think that whole thing just kind of makes people say, okay, they could have just, written down whatever to get people to buy this eShop card. Sure, or maybe they have some type of inside information about what's coming this year. Either way, we know 3D Mario is on the way. Now, honestly, if you ask me, I think the absolute latest that we'll see this thing is the April Nintendo Direct. Yeah, I think without a doubt, 100%, it will be in that show, because if not, I would be completely lost and wouldn't really understand how it would miss that show. Now, according to rumors, there's going to be another separate Nintendo Direct happening next month in February that's going to focus on Switch 1 games. But does that mean it's only going to be Switch 1? It's hard to say, because normally you want to start and end the show with some massive games, and I can see them starting with any type of remake or remaster, but I feel like they kind of want to end the show with something kind of big, you know what I mean? And I feel like this is their chance to maybe end the show with one Switch 2 game, and it could in fact be this 3D Mario. However, I feel like Nintendo wants all eyes on this brand new Mario game, whatever it's going to be, and they know that everyone in the world is going to be gathering around to watch this Switch 2 Nintendo Direct. So if I'm placing bets, I'm saying at the very end of the show in April, as a one last thing, we'll finally get our look at this 3D Mario game. And I do believe it's going to be a big holiday game for this year, also considering the fact that it's Mario's 40th anniversary. And man, I cannot wait to see what this game looks like. Now, I'm still seeing news articles today saying that this could be Odyssey 2, and I can't believe that people are actually thinking that Odyssey 2 is going to happen, considering the fact that Odyssey 1 was in 2017. I mean, for them to take almost 8 years to make a sequel to a game, it just doesn't make sense to me. I feel like this is something that would have happened in half the time, and it looked like at one time we did have plans, or at least there were plans for some type of Odyssey 2, and then something changed. And I think when Bowser's Fury came out, it kind of solidified to me that Nintendo is moving on to something bigger and better. I think what we're going to be getting is a giant version of what Bowser's Fury was, a bigger, better, more expansive version of that game, allowing us to freely roam around different islands, different worlds, and just traverse the landscape at our own leisure, kind of giving us a somewhat open world. And trust me, Mario Kart looks great, but it's right now kind of hard to tell how powerful the Switch 2 is from that footage, and it doesn't really show it off too much with a game like Mario Kart that has a very stylized art style. It's a very cartoony game with simple graphics, so something like an open world 3D Mario with Mario running around and flipping around seamlessly at 60 frames per second is going to really show us how good this new Switch 2 is. And I see this game kind of being that Breath of the Wild moment for Switch 2. It's a series that we know and love with 3D Mario, and it's not just a normal 3D Mario game. It's taking it into a completely new direction with this open world narrative and its own Mario spin. And I don't think it's going to be a traditional open world game. It's going to do so according to Mario's terms, and it still will have 3D platforming challenges and everything like that, but it will be very different. And I think this will be one of the biggest games that Nintendo pushes, like they were with Breath of the Wild. Yes, I do think we see our first big trailer in April, but then you start asking yourself the question, if we're having a direct in February, supposedly, and we're definitely having one in April, are we going to even have a summer direct then? Especially if the Switch 2 is going to launch sometime in the summer, whether it be June or July. Does Nintendo even bother having another direct that soon? Well, I feel like that whole summer time frame is maybe for game-specific directs. Maybe they want to have a Mario Kart specific direct literally the next month after April, which would be May. And then maybe in June they want to have this big Mario direct. Imagine a whole Nintendo direct dedicated to this 3D Mario game. And Nintendo only does this for very big games, which we've seen them do with Breath of the Wild. In fact, they had a whole E3 presentation for Breath of the Wild. So I can definitely see there being a whole show dedicated to this 3D Mario game, plus a Treehouse event afterwards, and maybe even making it even more of a big deal like they did with Odyssey. Do you remember when they actually had the Mario, mascot going around the globe and going to different cities and taking pictures in different areas of the world until eventually arriving at New York City on the last day, where they threw like this giant release party in New York, which was so cool. I remember seeing all the people there and celebrating and getting their hands on Mario Odyssey first and stuff. It was an awesome time, and just having demo events all over the globe for people to try out the game. I mean, clearly Nintendo was pushing this more than they have ever pushed, I think, any game of all time. So imagine what they're going to do with the next 3D Mario. Like, genuinely, I can't wait for this excitement again. And this is what makes it so much fun, is this excitement. Seeing everybody talking about a game, everyone speculating about the game, everyone not being able to just wait or even sleep the night before the game releases. I mean, this is the hype that was Nintendo, and I'm so glad to be a part of this again very soon, because we know the trailer's on the way. So this Mario game isn't just another game coming. It isn't just one of the biggest games coming for Switch 2 and maybe even one of the biggest games for Nintendo. It's more than that. It's an entire adventure. It's an entire experience that we get to go on together, and I cannot wait to start it super soon. But hopefully we won't have to wait too long. Yes, it's still a couple months away until that April presentation, but I promise you it's going to go by a lot faster than you think. And if you want it to keep going by fast, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, because I want to be talking about Switch 2, predicting games and everything in between until we get to that April Nintendo Direct. Let me know down below how excited you are for the next 3D Mario, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.